They now come before us, weazened adults, to say 50 years ago we may not have had all the answers, but we were right on this one. To prove that they will exchange vows again in this service of renewal, on their behalf I welcome all of you. We have invited the members of their wedding party to stand with us. Renewals are not new to us. We do it all the time. We renew library cards and driver's licenses. We renew subscriptions and many prescriptions. We renew promises made to ourselves and promises made to others. So it is not unusual that a couple should come together before those they love to renew their vows of marriage. The vows Jerry and Sherri will renew here today before you are to be taken no less seriously than when these vows were first made 50 years ago today. So I invite you to the joy of this moment. We ask God to bless what we say here this day. The author E.L. Doctorow once said that writing a novel was like driving on a country road at night with your lights on. You can only see as far as the glow of the lights, but somehow you get to your destination. And I think marriage is something like that. You get in that car together on a journey, and sometimes you can barely see where you're going. Other times you get some clarity in the distance. But then there's a sharp curve and you can't see around the corner. Or a steep valley, but then there are mountain peaks. There's bad weather, there are storms, and somehow when you keep following the glow of your love, you reach your destination. I've asked Jerry and Sherri to share with us some highs and lows from their 50 years. My understanding is that they have not shared these with each other before now. So, who wants to go first?
Well, I will go first. First of all, the high point was I have no idea where I got the courage to ask you to marry me, because I was really afraid. But I mustered up the courage, and you did. And gosh, that was unbelievable. And I know it wasn't just me, because I remember a member of my family at our wedding reception said, "Now, how on earth did you marry this wonderful, beautiful woman?" I mean, they didn't get it either. But somehow I was so blessed and fortunate that I met and married you. There were high moments. There were difficult moments. I mean, I think in my career, I struggled at one point in time. I was going through a transition of exactly what I wanted to do, and I became depressed. I think, looking back, I was literally depressed. She was with me, held me up, kept me together, and we definitely moved on. At one point, we had said we were interested in a foreign assignment, and nothing happened for a couple of years. And one day we had our office golf outing at Shaker Country Club, and my boss had played in the morning and I was going to play in the afternoon, and he came running off the course and he saw me and said, "Jerry, what would you think of transferring to Indonesia?" And I couldn't play golf with a flip hearing that, but at the turn I got onto a phone call to Sherri. I said, "You wouldn't believe what Bill Sellers just asked us to do, and to transfer to Indonesia." And so I said, "Find out where it is." So I got home, and she was on the floor in our house in Strongsville with books strewn out. And I'll never forget the look on her face. She looked up and said, "It looks really interesting." And that was a magnificent experience. But that was a difficult change. She was by my side that whole time. It was difficult coming back. Overseas assignments are difficult coming back. I had another career crisis at that point in time. She was with me all the way, and she's always been with me, and I love her deeply. And she is definitely the love of my life. I love you.
Well, I would like to talk, surprisingly enough, about my mom and how when she lost her husband and she decided to come to Little Rock, and we didn't know what to expect, but through some doctoring we found that Mom was depressed, and we like to say, took a little white pill. so much better, and she became like our best friend, as long as for the rest of her life. And we took her just everywhere. We went virtually everywhere we could, we took her. And Jerry charmed her. He has a way about him that's so kind. It's easy for my husband to be kind and generous and patient. He'll sit in the parking lot for an hour or more and while I shop. And that's the end.
Those are wonderful memories. You have shared the joys, blessings, and challenges of married life for 50 years. Today you want to reconfirm your commitment to working together and ensuring your marriage blossoms for years to come. May this renewing of vows you took to become husband and wife remind you that despite the stresses inevitable in every life, your love, respect, trust, and understanding of each other will continue to increase your commitment and heighten your joy. Jerry, will you continue to have Sherri as your wife and continue to live in this marriage? If so, say I will.
I will.
Do you affirm your love to her? And will you love, honor, and cherish her in sickness and health, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, forsaking all others, be faithful to her as long as you both shall live? If so, say I do.
I do.
Sherri, will you continue to have Jerry as your husband, to continue to live in this marriage? If so, say I will.
I will.
Do you reaffirm your love for him, and will you love, honor, and cherish him in sickness and health, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse, forsaking all others, and be faithful for him as long as you both shall live? If so, say I do.
I will. I do.
Jerry and Sherri, when you first joined in marriage 50 years ago, you did not know what life would bring you. You promised to love, honor, and cherish one another through it all. And while life has brought you both wonderful blessings and difficult challenges over the years, here you are today, having fulfilled the vows of love, honor, and cherish. As you celebrate a renewed commitment today, as you reflect on your life together as husband and wife, you will reaffirm the vows you took 50 years ago. Please turn and face each other and join hands. Jerry, repeat after me. I, Jerry, promise to be your husband.
I, Jerry, promise to be your husband.
From this day forward.
From this day forward.
With the same vigor and hope.
With the same vigor and hope.
Humor and love.
Humor and love.
That have brought us this far.
That has brought us this far.
I give you thanks for all the times you have already forgiven me.
I give you thanks for all the times you have already forgiven me.
And ask you to continue in that spirit for all the days of our lives.
And ask you to consider in that spirit for all the days of our life.
May we come to know each other even more.
May we come to know each other even more.
Sherri, repeat after me. I, Sherri.
I, Sherri.
Promise to be your wife from this day forward.
Promise to be your wife from this day forward.
With the same vigor and hope.
With the same vigor and hope.
Humor and love.
Humor and love.
That have brought us this far.
That have brought us this far.
I give you thanks for all the times you have already given me.
I give you thanks for all the times you have already given me.
And ask you to continue in that spirit for all the days of our lives.
And ask you to continue in that spirit for all the days of our lives.
May we come to know each other even more.
May we come to know each other even more.
Marriage is a commitment to care for one another in mutually fulfilling ways. It is not an act, but rather a lifelong relationship that's always evolving. Marriage enriches every part of life. Happiness is fuller, memories are fresher, commitment is stronger, and even anger is felt more strongly. However, it passes away more quickly. Marriage understands and forgives mistakes. It encourages and nurtures new life, new experiences, and new ways of expressing love. Whenever two people pledge their love and care for each other in this way, they create a spirit unique to themselves, which binds them closer than any words, whether written or spoken. Marriage is the promise made in the hearts of two people who love each other. The potential of marriage takes a lifetime to fulfill. For as much as Jerry and Sherri have renewed their vows, I now pronounce them new and renewed, open and ready for a future of great hope and love. A blessing upon your renewal. from George Eliot. What greater thing is there for two human souls than to feel that they are joined for life, to strengthen each other in all labor, to rest on each other in all sorrow, to minister to each other in all pain, to be one with one another in silent and unspeakable memories. And from Robert Browning, come grow old along with me, the best is yet to be. The last of life for which the first was made, our times are in his hand. Who saith, a whole I planned, youth shows but half, trust God, see all, be not afraid. It is with great pleasure I conclude the ceremony of renewing your vows. Please celebrate this renewal with a kiss. Oh, come on.
Thank you so much.
That's trying to help me.